Welcome back to the third episode of Growth Kick Sessions. I'm Kim, the CEO of Credence Creative Solutions. Today, we are going to discuss a topic that many companies, corporates, or even business owners, they will often find themselves in dilemma about should they hire a marketing agency, and if so, when is the right time to do it? So before we start, a quick disclaimer. This is not a hard-piece sell of content, but rather an honest piece of advice when you should really consider outsource marketing agency as your external arm of support, and of course to the right party to deliver and perform. So now, before we of course deep dive into the topic, right, I will try to break into 3 segments to discuss about under what kind of circumstances we should really outsource the work to the external parties, for example, marketing or digital marketing agency, right? So let's talk about first segment. The first segment, of course, before you do anything, we should really recognize of the signs, right? When should we hire an external party to help out the internal marketing jobs? So in this segment itself, we will discuss some common signs that indicate a business might need the help of a marketing agency. So I think the first common sign that we usually face or get to know from our clients are, definite lack of in-house expertise. So especially for small to medium size of businesses or even corporates, right? You have so many things, in and out within the company daily, day in, day out, marketing tasks. So I think it's very important for businesses to identify whether you have the necessary skills or necessary expertise from your internal resources or not. So you might have a strategies to plan out, the marketing journey or even the consumer journey for the particular company's business, be it an e-com, be it a brand owner. So therefore, if you lack of the expertise for certain area, I think you should really consider to hire an external party. At least it's a safe course. So the second sign would be, of course, when you lack of expertise, and you might also having a issue, especially for in-house talents, marketing manager or the marketing strategies to face some overwhelming workload. So overwhelming workload is especially if you have one person, one business, marketing strategies. They have to do the planning, they have to do the research, they have to do the execution. I think this is really way too much for that person already. So you might just need a person who can be the person who know the business in and out. What are the KPIs? What are the objective for the marketing activities implant for the company? Then you might need to get the third party or even the agency themselves to really execute based on the planned marketing journey. So the third sign will be stagnant growth. So sometimes it is important to also explore outside the box. When I'm mentioning the box right here is the company itself, right? So maybe one person, doing the same thing over and over again, you might lack of, running out of ideas. So this is the time where you should really talk to the I would say the expertise from the industry. The industry right here is actually referring to marketing industry. Maybe you can get some advice, even some strategies, advice to based on whatever you have run, and whether if they noticing that your marketing results are dropping, they can actually provide some valuable advice to help out, in terms of your marketing attributions to grow. So that is very much under the first segment, where these are the common signs you should be able to notice if you're facing such challenge. Maybe time for you to consider. So just now we have discussed about the signs of considering whether you should really get the outsourced marketing agencies under segment 1. So now comes to segment 2, we will discuss something more detailed, like a specific scenarios when you should really consider hiring an agency. So this is the time where you should really put the foot down and say, hey, we really need to consider getting this third party and come and help already. So these are the few scenarios where I think businesses should really take an action to go about for this. So the first thing first is, of course, when a business or a brand or even a company, you're launching a new product or new service, right? So at this point of time, we should really think how agencies can, help, not just help, but it's more like also creating a value for the particular, especially your business, to execute the effective launch strategies. So I think the journey has to be considered when getting the third party or agency help in this case. So for example, this agency, if you really outsource to them, the agency will have to take into considerations the comms channel. So what kind of channels, if it's be it offline or be it online, right? The communication channels to bring the presence, to bring a brand, be presence into the each channels or platforms are very important, because we have to know that even on digital space itself, right, different social medias will have different audience, their active or preferred channels. So these are the things that the agency will have to provide value advice to your business or to the business owner. So I think after that, of course, it comes with the estimated results lah. So based on the comms channel that they have advised, so what's next, right? And now we are just talking about launching a new product or service. What now is in your mind that you should really consider hiring an agency. While second scenario is where maybe your brand has been established for quite some time in the industry. Now it's time for you to do a rebranding or a brand refresh, right? Activity. I would consider this is a huge one for your company. So this is a time where you need the agency, right? Because you see the importance of the professional guidance in rebranding efforts. You wouldn't want to tarnish whatever you have done, whatever you have built for your a brand that has been established so long in the market, or even in the country, or even in the SCA, or even APAC. So now those steps that needs to be taken carefully. These are the advice that you should really expect from the agency, because if let's say one step wrong, it will really make your existing clients or customers shy away from your product or your brand, because they are already comfortable with you so many years, right? Now the reason why you want to take a step to rebrand or refresh your brand is because you might want to reach out to a younger audience, for example. So that's why this you should really take into consideration for this step. Now coming to the third scenario, it will be expanding into a new markets. If let's say, for example, currently your product or services is only available or offering to Malaysia customers, now is the time for you to consider expand out of Malaysia. So I believe that there are a lot more things that you should really get the agency help and before you expand, and also steps to prepare for getting you expanding into the country, and also what happened next, right? So there will be a lot of researches needs to be done. Be it the industry insights, consumer insights, and even the competitor analysis. Those are very important. So with all this information available already, then only you have to craft your marketing strategies in place, right? So last but not least, I think this will be a very crucial scenario for a lot of businesses, and not just for our marketing manager, marketing director right here, but it's also related to our sales lead right here. So this scenario will be referring to declining sales or engagement towards a brand or product. So agencies, in this case, before they craft anything for you, they will have to help you to identify the issues, right? What's happening, what caused all these declining issues happen to your service, your product, or your business, and also come up with the implemental I would say effective strategies to boost the sales and engagement. When I say effective, means sometimes it's not about just creative strategies or creative campaign to make noises, but it's also very important to have the data on your hand, and how can we utilize all this data to make next move. That is very important. So To sum up for segment 2, there will be 4 points. Scenarios to consider: 1. Launching a new product or service, rebranding or brand refresh, expanding into new markets, and also declining in sales. Now, after we have identified, the signs and scenarios of really to make you consider hiring a marketing agency, right? So now we will talk about what are the advantages of working with marketing agency in this third segment. So I think, of course, hiring a third party marketing agency, the first thing first, you will get advantage or to get benefited is to have the access to a broader skill set from all the talents or expertise from one marketing agency. So because we are also running marketing agency, so what are the expertise you will be able to get access from? Definitely is our social contents team, media buying team, creative team, and so on and so forth. So therefore, this is how a business or a company you can actually tap on the advantage of getting the third party expertise or resources, because they are able to offer a wide range of expertise, resources, even digital tools to help you to track the results and so on and so forth, all the way from SEO to social media marketing to media buying and even attributions advice. Yep. Now, of course, after you have the access to all these sorts of expertise, I think the second value that you can get is cost efficiency, because I think with just one investment, and I shall not comment how much or how big is the investment. It depends on what you need. So I would just say with one-time investment, you can able to access so many expertise, and then they will be helping you to execute what you need, and with also the strategist advice, right? So of course, this is a most cost-effective way to maintain, rather than maintaining an in-house team lah. It means that you're not gonna hire, all this person at the same time just for in-house use. So you can hire the agency for as an event or just for the particular scenario that we just shared earlier, or the project itself, or by campaign basis. That will be help you to save a lot of course. Coming to the third point, it will be staying up to date with trends, because agencies are the forefront people where they playing, coming up with so many things for clients day in, day out. So they are the one that always get, updated very quickly on what is going on in the industry, and also what are the updates from all the platforms, all the communication channels, and what works the best and what might not work the best for certain industry clients. So the business owner or even the marketing manager should really tap on their resources, because they are the one to get the first access or first insider news fast. So yep, and they will be able to cope with the latest marketing trends and even the technology itself faster lah, in a way. So the last point would be, of course, scalability and flexibility. As we mentioned, you can always hire the marketing agency, as and when, if you have based on the scenario, whether you have like an ad hoc campaign or project that you require, and you don't have to invest into a large sum to get internal resources team in a big size, right? So therefore it allows you to scale as and when you need, and is a very flexible term. So yep, that is how you should really tap on their efforts and based on your business changing needs, right? So that's very important. To summarize what we have discussed and talked about in segment 3 under the advantages working with a marketing agency, that will comes down to 4 important points. One, again, is you will have the ability and advantage access to a broader skill sets of talents, expertise from the marketing agency. While second point will be, of course, a cost efficiency for a business. While the third point will down to staying up to date with trends, because the agency talents or expertise people, they will be able to share with you what are the trending stuff to save your time to explore. While the last point will be scalability and flexibility. So I hope you enjoy our podcast session today and get some insights, or even some good info from here. So before we end the session, I would like to encourage my listeners right here to really spend some time to review your current marketing efforts, resources, or even your plans, right? To really consider whether you should hire a marketing agency that might be bringing extra value to your business or to your marketing initiative. So don't forget to follow us, Growth Kick Sessions, and we are now available on IG, YouTube, and also Spotify. So I'll see you in next episode. Thank you.